Thrilled to have with us in this segment Ryan Matson. Ryan Matson wears a couple of different hats as an outstanding chamber volunteer and participant. But there's one program, Ryan, wanted to talk to you about because we are in the process at the Chamber of running Leadership Worcester in conjunction with the Greater Worcester Community Foundation. But as we tape the show, we've got 8 days left and we're accepting applications for the Leadership Worcester program. And maybe you can talk about that, you're a graduate of the program and your involvement with it.
Yeah, Tim, thanks so much for having me, and I'm happy to do so. The program was awesome. It was such a great experience over the course of the year. The programming of it, getting to experience all the different things that you get to learn about the city. I guess when they asked, when it was the challenge of why would I want to do this, it's really, expanding my network and understanding more about the city that I work. And yes, I got to do that, but to really do that with a diverse group of people and from all different walks of life.
So it's a cohort or a class of
yeah.
about 25 professionals in the city who work in the business community, nonprofit, government, higher ed, and you kind of come together as a group, spend a day and a half together at the outset, and then once a month spend a full day learning about the healthcare industry, right?
Yep.
Another next month it's the arts and cultural community. Another day it's about, government and leadership and how the city runs, and those are the programs that you participate in.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm from the healthcare industry myself, and so that was one that I was extremely excited about. And so we got to see really the interworkings and how it is that the government works with all the different industries to really develop how it functions here in the city of Worcester. And so that was a really great thing. But even the things that I didn't necessarily know about, I remember the first day was the school programming, and it was, where I think we had a bunch of, we went to the schools and we get to see how they work and where they need to improve and all of this, and we all were on our high horse, and we came back, and then you realize the challenges to achieve that for the schools. And so that was one thing that I
just learned. Today it was 90 something. Today it's 101 different languages spoken in the Worcester Public Schools.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so many unique things like that we get to learn and experience, and it's just it's unbelievable. And then we get to do a police ride along the process and things. So just parts of the city or things that I wouldn't necessarily think that I would have gotten to experience that I got to
insight, appreciation, and knowledge. And then, as you mentioned, kind of a diverse group of people from fields. And by the end of the year in the programming, they're not just kind of they're friends, colleagues.
As I mentioned, I was looking to grow my network when I went in, and yes, I did that. But not just people that we exchanged business cards and walked away, but I have people from all these different walks of life that I consider friends, and a group of people that we still get together to this day. And it did exactly what I wanted, but then some.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's one of the things that we know. It's a program that people enjoy, and it works when some of the different cohorts of Leadership Worcester alumni get together. We try to bring the different classes because in this sense of network community, it helps people in their professional lives, also on nonprofit boards and trying to solve issues in the community. And to be able to pick up the phone and know people at different businesses and organizations, this facilitates that as well.
Yeah, I think that's important. I mean, as a young professional in the community, no matter what it is that you're doing, there's board leadership and there's different programs out there that you can be a part of that you don't necessarily know about if you're just doing your day to day and trying to get along. But we get to learn all that. We get to really learn and then experience it, ask questions, learn it with others, and really kind of expand on our knowledge from there. It was a great experience.
Yeah. Speaking of your activity involved with the Chamber, there's a Leadership Worcester program, and I just again want to let people know we have the 5th cohort taking applications until May 24th. People can go on worcesterchamber.org, Leadership Worcester, and find that application, so I would encourage people to do so. The other program that you're involved with through your company, the Small Business Insurance Agency, is the Chamber's Ambassadors program, and we like to characterize it, our Chamber staff of about a dozen. The ambassadors are our force multipliers. These are volunteers who go above and beyond and meet regularly, and you've had the chance to lead our ambassador group for the last couple of years. Maybe you could talk about the ambassadors and what you've gotten out of that.
Yeah, it's been a great experience for the last 2 years getting to lead them and being an ambassador for the last 3 to 4 years. I've really enjoyed it, and I look at around the group of people, and I call them super chamber members, because they really, as you look at a chamber membership, it's like going to the gym.
Yeah.
You gotta
Use it.
Use it, exactly, and these people use it, and so they're just out there in the community working with members and potential members and just talking about something that's made their business experience with the chamber so great. And it's really, I wouldn't consider it a job, because we're just talking about what it is that we know and what it is that's allowed us to achieve this super chamber membership, I guess.
And we talk to people all the time. A chamber membership is like a gym membership. If you work it a little bit, from a transactional point of view, it more than pays for itself in terms of referrals, recommendations, work that you can pick up, and you kind of build that network of referral and the referral system that's really critical. And for us as chamber staff, when we're doing programs and events, beyond just membership, but trying to run professional development series or seminars, when we're trying to do initiatives around economic development and business recruitment, having third-party validators who are active business people in the community, kind of involved, speaking about why they're involved, why they're working and employing people in the region. You guys are great spokespeople in that regard as well.
Yeah, I think that's beyond just the networking piece. Obviously these people are utilizing it, like we said. So what do we get beyond that? And the chamber provides so much. I still learn on a daily basis. Every time we go to one of those informational sections, there's something else that I take away from it. But they, I think in every conversation that the ambassadors get to have, they sit down and they're talking about their business, and they're looking to help the person across the table. Typically we find in the ambassador role is a lot of people that are in business development or looking to grow their network or themselves. And so when they sit down across the table from somebody that doesn't necessarily know what the chamber does or is looking for resources for their own business, it's like, have you utilized this? Lean on the chamber for this. There's this programming that you can take part in, and there's a lot of different things. So not only are they using it to expand what you guys do, but also making themselves more of a resource. So it ties hand in hand to each other in a lot of ways.
Right. And want to talk a little bit about what pays your bills as well. And the other thing, you're an employee, you work at the Small Business Insurance Agency, and I want to make sure, as we're having this conversation, whether it be Leadership Worcester or Ambassador Program, if someone's out there and they're an employee of a company that's a member of the chamber, they are a member of the chamber. It's not just the president and CEO,
Correct.
It's leadership. It's, whether it's a 5-person company or a 500-person company, if that company is a member of the chamber, they can participate in any of our programs, and we want them to.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, it's not, I think famously, it's not just a bunch of CEOs together in a room networking. It's young people. It's people that are looking to grow their business. It's people from the HR side of things that want to learn more.
Some of these events, you can meet a CEO from another company.
Exactly, and they're still there. So it's if you're looking to get connected, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. But your company, you're in insurance with Small Business Insurance Agency. Frank Carroll, one of the divisions of the Frank Carroll that started, a great local business leader. Maybe you can talk a little bit about what you do there around.
Yeah, sure. So I work with employers to develop an employee benefits package. We take a unique lens at each individual client and try to work with the health carriers, dental, vision, all the ancillary carriers to really develop a benefit package that fits them and the employees, with cost savings in mind, but also what's going to allow for them to grow and achieve their goals.
And that's as we work with our nearly 2,300 members in the region, with our affiliate partners, there's a number of 4 or 5 issues that come up that are always consistently a top concern. Health insurance being one of them. Majority of those businesses wanting to do right by their employees, but how do they manage costs? How do they provide choices? And if you're making the widgets, which is the fundamental, you're making something which is the focus of your business, or you're delivering a service, you can't be an expert in health insurance, and that's where you can come in and work with them on understanding the needs of their of their employees, different age groups, family plan, all those, and kind of put together packages that hopefully provide good health insurance and other benefits, but also in a conscientious way.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think healthcare is the number 2 line item for any company beyond their payroll, and so it's obviously a big piece of what they do. But it's unbelievable to me. There are so many businesses out there, and especially in the smaller market, 1 to 10, 1 to 20, that actually aren't taking advantage of using a broker. And that's what we are, is we're brokers, but we are at no additional cost to small businesses out there. We're paid by the health carriers and paid by the other ancillary
So that's really an
carriers.
important point. So if there's
Yeah.
somebody in the small group, 1 to 20 employees, this isn't anything out of pocket. You're there to give it that level of expertise, answer questions without a cost.
If they're buying health insurance, they're paying for a broker, and so you might as well bring somebody that navigates the market, so you can focus on the widgets, as you said, in your daily routine. But beyond that, then there are those that have brokers out there, and we all bring something unique to the table, and we like to. So we work with all different segments, but it is important that you're utilizing what's out there so you can focus on what you're doing on a daily basis.
Right. And there's certain times a year when policies and renewals come into play. If you're a small business out there, when should you be thinking about that? Is it a year-round thing? Is it around anniversary expiration dates?
Yeah, so in the small market, you'll find a lot of business that renews on April 1st. It's a kind of a madhouse in our office around that time. But then over time, and that's developed from Small Business Service Bureau, working specifically in the 1 to 5 market years ago. And now we've grown into this small business insurance agency, so really all year long we're working with companies, whether it be January is a big time, July is a big time that the people are renewing. At no point during the year am I saying, I can put my feet up and
Wait
hang
for the
out.
phone to ring, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, with all the changes too in healthcare,
Yeah.
both at the state level, nationally, and every debate, there's people with questions and concerns, and you've got to be there to answer them.
It goes way beyond just the basic of the benefits.
And so if somebody's out there on the insurance front and wants to get a hold of you, ask questions, learn more how the Small Business Insurance Agency can help, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, email rmatson@sbia.com.
Matson, Matson.
Yeah,
All right.
at sbia.com.
SBAI.com. All right. Well, Ryan, we appreciate your involvement, engagement with the Chamber, and what you do, and thanks for being with us on the show today.